I think if you go to universities, they offer n number of courses.
Okay.
And like in Delhi University, in under NAP, we have choice of vocational added courses and skill enhancement courses. All colleges are supposed to follow the same pattern.
Okay.
So there is no good or bad.
All right.
They have to take the best out of that place. Infrastructure wise,
Yeah.
their colleges are evaluated by NAC team, NIRF score, NAC
Okay.
score. So, I mean, that way all colleges are good. So that is the criteria that you can see that, you know, those colleges who have got A++,
Mm-hmm.
plus maybe,
Yeah.
and then accordingly the grading have been done. वैसे तो कहते हैं ना दिल की सुनो.
Yes.
So they should listen to their heart what they want to do. These days, psychometric scores tell them passion. So you get to know later in your life
Yeah.
what actually you want because you haven't experienced those things. 12th marks are not, the eligibility criteria for their examiner. I mean, to serve in the university. I can only suggest parents have lived their life. Now it's the time of their children. अगर आप दिल से honest हैं, अपना काम भी अच्छे से कर रहे हैं, then no force can take you back. And one should not have ever that fear right from the beginning. If you have that fear, then don't start anything.
Sponsored by
RKTF University.
Hi, I'm Shreyasa Vijay and you're watching Rhythm. After completing 12th, many students find themselves at a crossroads, unsure of which college to choose, which stream to pursue, and how to navigate their career path from this point onwards. So, to guide you on all these issues, today we have with us Ms. Sushila Madan, who is a professor at Lady Shri Ram College, Delhi University, and an education expert. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us today.
Thank you.
I would like to begin the conversation with your journey, although it must have been a long time. But when you were at this juncture after completing your 12th, what was going through your mind?
In my mind, I was pretty sure what I'm supposed to do.
Okay.
But I can tell you that that my father wanted me to do BSc Home Science Honors.
Okay.
And I really wanted to do mathematics honors. So he gave me admission there and I withdrew, and then I got the admission in Venki College, Venkateshwar College, and I pursued BSc Maths honors.
So, is this how you always envisioned yourself, or your aspirations evolved over time?
I think it evolves over a period of time. We are not born with certain things, and I mean, इतना knowledge भी नहीं होता है. We don't have, some preset notions that what we are going to do and where we'll be placed. I was thinking of having an office job like any other
Okay.
through campus placement, but my family never supported me for this. So I had to go in teaching. So I'm here.
All right. Let's dive into the questions that go through the minds of students. First up is that how should they identify their strengths and interests so that they can make an informed choice while choosing their career?
These days, students are, pretty much informed. Over-informed, I would say. And
Yeah.
once, if they are over-informed, then they are not able to make their choice. And I think most of the schools now open for psychometric tests.
Okay.
That what their, aptitude and aptitude for. And their parents do help. Their friend circles, social media,
Yeah.
everything is nurturing them to make their decisions. And so they are very firm about it.
Okay, not like before. Like you were
Yeah.
saying that your parents wanted you to do something
else.
Okay.
These days, parents also give, they give them
Liberty,
choice,
yeah.
liberty that what they should do.
So everybody tells them to, look for their passion or their interest or their calling. So how should they identify that where their passion lies, actually?
वैसे तो कहते हैं ना दिल की सुनो.
Yes.
So they should listen to their heart what they want to do. And as I said that these days psychometric scores tell them.
Okay.
They genuinely go for those tests because they themselves do not know what they actually inclined for. So it helps them a lot. They discuss most of it with their teachers, or their passion also, some they sync with their marks.
Okay.
if they get good marks in a particular subject, they want to pursue that particular stream further.
But sometimes it happens that not everybody knows what their passion is. Like sometimes it takes a lot of years to discover your passion.
Absolutely. The passion, though, you get to know later in your life what actually you want, because you haven't experienced those things. For example, skiing. For example, bungee jumping.
Yeah.
There are instructors which are very highly paid, but they come to know when they experience it.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to say right in the beginning what they want to be.
So these are some unconventional choices that not many know about and not many parents support their children to opt for. So what are such more options available for children these days?
I think if you go to universities, they offer n number of courses.
Okay.
And like in Delhi University, under NAP, we have choice of vocational added courses and skill enhancement courses. So they can choose further, in their further career path, any of such course, and they can make it a major discipline.
So can you please tell us more about NEP and the changes that have been made under NEP?
It's a national education policy, which most of the schools are now following, and so are the universities.
Okay.
They are. It's mandatory for all the universities to follow.
Yeah.
So the structure is that this, whatever. It's not rote method. What they used to give their exam. Now 12th marks are not the eligibility criteria for their exam. To serve in the university.
Okay.
To take admission. Now what they do, they have to appear for certain exams.
Yeah.
And depending on their interest, they'll be able to clear those exams, and they'll get the grade and they'll get admission.
Okay.
So one way that path is gets clear, and then there are whatever course they are making their choice. Depending on that, they are going to have their VAC courses or SEC courses, as I mentioned.
Okay.
So they can pursue their career in those lines.
Okay.
So it will give them a wider choice.
Yeah.
What they should go in for.
Talking about the colleges, like choosing a college can impact a student's life in a long term, because a good college can give you a good exposure and good opportunities. So how should they research and evaluate that which college is good for them? What's the process?
All colleges are supposed to follow the same pattern.
Okay.
So there is no good or bad.
All right.
They have to take the best out of that place.
Okay.
So every teacher deputed to that college has the same qualification which you so-called under good college or not so good college. But it depends on the student that what they want to do and extract best out of it. Infrastructure wise, their colleges are evaluated by NAC team, NIRF score, NAC score. So that way all colleges are good. So that is the criteria that you can see that those colleges who have got A++, plus maybe.
Yeah.
And then accordingly the grading have been done.
All right. Now you teach at Lady Shri Ram College. You must engage with students who come here after 12. So what challenges do they face after completing their 12th and after getting admission in such a good college?
They face the challenges of the peer group pressure.
Okay.
Because most of the students are into too many things. Like there are many societies in the college. So they want to be there in most of them.
Okay.
So it's difficult for them to make the balance of everything. Because study hours are more or less same for all. And they want to have interface with every society. They want to be,
they do not want to miss out on anything.
And also, even if internships are not part of their course, still they want to pursue those. So they want to be everywhere and to do everything. They want to experience.
I think that's a good choice in a way.
So it makes them I feel it the better being.
Yeah.
So that's why in my college students get into further studies, either abroad or IIMs or in good jobs. So they get good placement as well.
So what do you advise to these students in general if they're confused about their career?
Make the best use of the time first.
Okay.
And then listen to your heart, what you want to do. Not what is in the air or what is in the LinkedIn, what is being more offered. No, one should do what you want to do.
One question is that what are the career options available for different streams? Because there were like very conventional choices available for physics, chemistry, maths, bio. That if you have math, science, then do engineering, otherwise medical or CA or something like that. But with the changes in NEP, there are options to opt for different disciplines. So what are the choices that they can opt for other than these conventional choices?
Even if a student has studied, regular conventional courses like science or commerce or arts,
Okay.
at that time they were under the pressure of their parents.
Yeah.
If the parents are in medical line, they would like their children to be in medical line.
Yeah.
But as per my personal experience, I can tell you, I took my kids to the library and I showed them the books, science books, and same thing I did when they were in school,
All right.
arts books and commerce books.
Mm-hmm.
So where do you feel for that? You belong to what kind of field? So they chose science initially, and then they pursued according to, further
Yeah.
their own interest.
Yeah.
Because parents are such that they want to give them the freedom that we are there for you. You pursue your own vision. You pursue your own choices. And some parents are, they want, stereotype kind of. So as a parent, you need to support.
Yes. Not every
Not,
children.
the stereotype conventional papers, one should not do it.
Actually, and not everyone gets that kind of support that you
Support,
provided
yes.
to your children, and I would really appreciate
And-
that.
Most of the parents now do.
Okay.
But yes, all types exist.
Yes. So, what if a child do not get a support of their parents, and they're forced to, they're pressured to, opt for a certain subject or certain career path? Then what should they do? Because eventually, parents are the one who are going to fund their education.
If they are, good students and they are into government universities, then they don't have to pay much higher fee, I would say.
Okay.
And then they can justify. They can show their interest.
Mm-hmm.
एक एटीट्यूड भी शो करना होता है, एक एप्टीट्यूड भी शो करना होता है
कि हम कर
then
सकते
कर
हैं.
सकते हैं.
Okay.
So if they show that they are able to do, then they can convince their parents.
All right. While choosing their career path, should students also consider the market value of that career, or what market or financial stability that career would provide? How important is that?
If the purpose is to earn money,
Yeah.
that's the sole purpose, then yes, one should evaluate what is going in the market. But today it is on. It is very much there in the market, which is required.
Mhm.
Tomorrow it may not be.
Of course.
So it is difficult to assess the situation.
With the current scenario changing, people are becoming content creators, social media, artificial intelligence is there. So
Earlier, these options were not there. Now
Yes.
freelancers are doing much more things.
they're
They need
earning
to
much
reel and they
more.
earn.
Yeah.
So it's options are widely open.
Mm-hmm.
But they have now, parents are also in this era, so they can
They
convince.
understand.
They understand.
Yeah, because
वो खुद भी देखते हैं.
खुद ही yes पूरा टाइम
हाँ.
कंटेंट ही कंज्यूम करते हैं तो they know.
I think India has got the maximum screen time
Yes. And
than
it-
any other country.
and it
I
is-
mean, just had a survey on that.
Okay, and somehow that is good and somehow that is bad also.
Bad.
How can parents strike a balance between providing guidance and support and not pressurizing their aspirations on students or their children? What advice would you give to parents in that case?
They have. I can only suggest parents have lived their life. Now it's the time of their children.
Yeah.
So they should not, I would say, oversee. They should see the interest of the child,
Okay.
and they should have trust on their child that their teachings or whatever they have been preached so far, it's going to work now.
But for sometimes what happens is that if a student or a child opt on the basis of their interest and do not regard the interest of their parents, and they fail somehow. So they have a failure, fear of failure. Like it's a strong fear that what if I fail? Now parents will obviously blame me that you were the one who chose this. So in that case, what would you advise to a student so that they can avoid that fear, or they can lessen the fear?
They should be hardworking.
Okay.
Then nothing can go wrong. And be genuine.
All right. That's a great advice. And very little, but it means a lot.
it covers everything actually.
Yes.
अगर आप दिल से honest हैं, अपना काम भी अच्छे से कर रहे हैं, then no force can take you back.
All right.
You will definitely move forward, or you will get some avenue in that direction only. कहीं ना कहीं उससे कुछ connected और मिल जाएगा. You will not be called as failure, and one should not have ever that fear right from the beginning. If you have that fear, then don't start anything.
I think that fear is imposed by society or societal norms, that we compare a lot.
For that, the child has to be strong, and the strong can be if you have certain good practices in when you start your day.
Like what?
Either what I don't want to be on a particular side, but yes, you can have your own. You can write something that every day, that what you want to be, or you can have confidence when you see in yourself mirror, then you speak to yourself.
Okay.
And it's better you pray in whatever religion you are, or you meditate.
Okay.
Such things help you.
Spirituality.
Yes.
All right. One last question is that what are the 3 mistakes that students generally make while choosing their career, but they should avoid? What you have observed in students?
Overconfidence.
Okay.
And that the minus of spirituality, I would say. And one should, instead of screen time, they should more time devote their time in reading.
Reading.
Yes.
And writing as well.
Yes. Because in today's time they have access to slang language more, because whatever they type in WhatsApp or so, the language automatically comes.
Yes.
So they do not know much of the content as such.
Actually.
So mindfulness is very important.
Okay.
So wherever they are, they should have the mindfulness. That spirituality means the same.
I think there's a lot of noise around us, so we do not.
Noise को कम करना है.
Okay.
And how can you reduce that noise?
You would answer
mindfulness.
Mindfulness. Okay. Like, do students come to you with such purposes or such guidance?
They do, of course. And I simply tell them that take deep breaths and observe your breath. That's it, and sit quietly, at least in the morning for some time. It is good enough to start your day and then see.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us today. It's been a pleasure to have you with us. Thank you so much.